Hi everyone, it is currently the 4th of February 2015. Meteorologist Robert Speta here with you today. In today's update, we got a few areas we do want to talk about. The main topic, of course, is this new snowstorm which is developing in the East China Sea. It will be one of the southern coast lows across Japan, so definitely a high impact event. I think this other situation we're watching, though, is more of a low impact event, but something we are going to continue to watch, especially for people who do follow this channel for the updates on the tropics, and that is a possibility of this area over here turning into something tropical. At least at this time, it does look like, though, anything that does come out, it's going to be impacted by the cold surge in the northeast monsoon, so it should churn towards the north and east before impacting these heavily populated islands in the Marianas. Still a few Marshall Islands are going to be seeing a few scattered showers out of this. But let's talk about this winter storm, which is now basically developing over the East China Sea. It will continue to push towards the east. And what really is the biggest impact with this, we're expecting so much snowfalls because you have this cold Siberian air, which is just dominating the Korean Peninsula, much of Japan. Tokyo is going to be seeing its coldest day of the season on Thursday, only a high of 3. Good news, by Friday, it will warm back up, so we're going to expect about 10 degrees. All the snow that does fall will melt off, but only expecting a high right around 3 degrees at least here on Thursday. So as this storm does start to develop down here towards the southwest, it's going to move off towards the northeast. Snow showers expected in Tokyo throughout the day here on Thursday, basically starting in the late morning hours and continuing out through the afternoon hours. Do think 4 to 8 centimeters of total accumulation is probable. Areas farther inland, I'm talking about western Tokyo over towards Saitama, that's where you're going to be seeing that amount of snow. The closer you do get to the coast here, though, the more of a modifying effect we have off the ocean, the less likely there's going to be snowfall. Now, this is just one computer model. The GFS is showing less, and just that's the general basis, just using meteorological sense. The modifying effect off the ocean, plus this low is coming in from the south. It does transport some warm air advection. Typically see as the heavier snow remain farther inland. I know there was some cases last year where that was not the case. The heavy snow was just everywhere. But as you can see here with this outlook, it does keep it modified right near the coastline, and then eventually turns into a rain-snow mix for a short period of time if you are in Yokosuka. But for those of you in Tokyo, basically heavy snow starting in the early afternoon hours. You can see a little light snow in the morning, but then basically afternoon to the evening hours, it really starts to come down out there. And I do think it's going to be some slick roads, especially Thursday night and Friday morning as this just starts to move off towards the east. You can see actually right about 6 a.m. snow still lingering. So it's going to be a slow commute in the morning, but rapidly tapers off, and then the temperatures just warm up quite sufficiently across the Kanto Plain, but kind of mainly due to some adiabatic warming coming off the mountains here, but also just that warm air that got evected in from the south. So that's what we're going to be watching over the next several days. If you are across this area, just be ready for some rough conditions. Even down towards the south, the cold surge is also going to be setting in, so if you are in the southern Japanese islands here on Thursday and Friday, high winds are expected with some cooling of the temperatures even over there towards the east into much of western Japan, and then all the way down there towards Taipei and Taiwan. We did have that very serious plane accident we have been watching. Check out our Facebook. We're posting information there. Highly unlikely it actually was due to weather, but yeah, we're continuing to monitor that. I'm actually quite curious what the cause of it was. And as far as the tropics, by the way, northeast monsoon still dominating, and one reason why, if this area does turn into anything, highly unlikely it will go towards the west. Just going to stay east of Guam and eventually turn out to the sea. All right, guys, that is all for now. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always post them down there in the comment box below. I always appreciate your feedback anytime you guys have anything you do want to let us know about. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. All right.